Hello and welcome back to the finish line and another episode of Talking Points, where we're going to look back on everything that happened at Epsom and a few other stories during the week. But before that, Tom's not here. He is whining and dining as we speak. Dave is a bad heart and he hasn't missed as many shows as Tom.
That's literally a fact.
Oh
yeah.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Tired?
I'm a little bit tired now, yeah. End of a long week, getting stuff back.
Getting ready for tomorrow.
And back a few winners and all that kind of
Some
crack.
sense of normality back tomorrow. Outdoor dining and gyms open and swim pools and...
Yeah, for however long it lasts.
About a week. So as I said, we're going to look back on everything that happened during the week. We'll start with Kashi today. The second on her hurdle debut for Henry. What do you think?
Yeah, she looked like the winner the whole way around and then just got tapped for toe at the end. I don't know, maybe she wasn't fully fit, but I thought she ran very well. I'd say she's a good mare to have.
Yeah, she probably travelled too well for her first run back.
She was a bit keen, I thought, the first mile.
She was keen most of the way around. Jumped well enough.
Another good one to add to the ranks.
Yeah, I think back down to a mile conventional track. She's a big girl. I think it'd be more to her liking.
Yeah, I think Sean would be more suited to those kind of tracks.
Little nipper.
Yeah, Cotty would more conventional around Punchestown or something like that.
Yes. Ngolo Kashi will be back though very soon. One that a story that we touch on before we get into the racing. Oh my god, let me hear. I'm realizing.
Don't lend the mine. Oh look, I don't have any.
You don't have any yard. The shine. I need to get makeup artists for you. It's just a shine. Right there. You're like Luke Harvey.
It's called being bald, and if you ever liken me to Luke Harvey again, I'm not coming back on the podcast.
I would do that. Get going. Yeah, but Stephen Mann banned for 4 years for animal cruelty. Did you read up about it?
I did. I read it today. Yeah, I actually saw it during the week, and I was too busy. I flicked over it, but yeah, I knew what you were talking about when I reread it. Then.
All right. Before again, I'll just read out some facts. Right. So he was found guilty for animal cruelty, not for the first time. He got a 4-year ban. Right. So there's 2 stable inspections on called Animal A, who's been euthanized since. But 11 horses in all have been charges related to this. But back in 2008, he got a 4-month ban and €1,000 fine for the exact same thing for a horse called Pipe Bridge, who was so bad, had such a bad tendon injury that she was eating away at it. And if the facts are right, what I read, she was declared to run after she was visited. She was going to run.
Wow.
Like for someone to do that, to get a ban is ridiculous. For 4 years, lifetime ban. Good luck to you.
Well, especially he's after being given a chance already, and he clearly didn't learn from his lessons.
You get one chance only. Like if you compare even the first instance for Pipe Bridge to be doing that to a leg, and compare it to what happened to Gordon, it's chalk and cheese, in my opinion.
It is, to be honest. Yeah.
I think they should. Well, like, what does it take to get a lifetime ban in this place? Are you reading? I can't even read that.
If Dave is likened to Luke Harvey because of his head, then Tom is likened to Ryan Moore on the podcast because he's nowhere to be seen when it matters most.
Oh, Carl, great. No, eulogy. That means he's dead, but not. But yeah, it's brilliant. He should have got a lifetime ban. End of story.
Yeah, absolutely. What he did to those horses is just ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's another bad story coming out of Ireland as well.
Like
a bad year for it.
It's a ridiculous decision. Why give him a 4-year ban? A lifetime ban.
I'm still reeling from the coronavirus video that was at the start of Cheltenham as well. Remember that?
That was. Oh look, appreciate it. Just at the bolting up in Supreme. Let's go back here and put racing in the bin.
12 minutes.
My
eyes bleed.
I'd say there was never a switch from ITV to Racing TV so quick.
I can't believe no one said it there.
Like
We're all happy about it then. That's a great piece. Great piece. What?
a great piece to just start going. Yeah, let's
I'm
go
not giving
deeper.
up. I have to give up watching ITV.
I haven't. I genuinely hand on heart haven't watched ITV in months.
I like Ruby now. I like AP and Ruby, but
Ruby on Racing TV. Yeah, even if he's on there, I can't watch ITV.
Yeah, Ruby is very shrewd.
He doesn't pull any punches.
I don't know. He
I
didn't
like
come across as the most friendly people when he was riding. He was just about the job and all that. But geez, he's very good on the TV.
Aye, but you could see when he was riding and then he done these few commercials with Paddy Power, he was up for a crack. But yeah, Stephen, man, I think should have been banned for life. It was absolutely bullshit to get 4 years and do that. End of story. But yeah, we move on. Better things. Okay, I didn't even have to say anything and he started to smile already. Somebody, I can't remember who put it up on Twitter, replayed or put up a clip from about, what, 4 or 5 weeks ago?
Yep.
Dave saying, it was the first meeting at Newmarket.
Yep.
Dave said, don't mind what Pearl Driver does. He's probably not going to win this, but he'll come up in a group, one grade 2, at about 8-10 to 1, and that's when he went. And he done it on Friday in the Coronation Cup, beating Alassi by a neck, and then they're 7 lengths back to Yakpan.
Yeah. 2 good horses, I'd say. He is just, whether you like him or not, you can't fault him now. He's got his group 1.
He's got his group 1. I was one that faulted him.
Banged into the rail a few times. Martin Dwyer was just
gave him a great way.
Because if he hadn't have gone to the front when who was leading and then slowed it down?
Albert Flora.
I don't know who it was anyway. But whoever was leading and slowed it down, Pile Driver went up ahead of him because he needs a fast pace and just took the race by the scruff of the neck. That was the winning of the race. I'd say Alassi went probably a head up, battle back. Was up on the
I think Alassi traded really, really short. The shortest he can on Betfair when he headed him. But he's battle hardened faker.
He's just a bit of a lunatic.
He is. You're kind of horse.
He's his own way. He's his own mind about things, and like he hitting off the rail and going sideways and veering and all over, and he still got up. So
yeah,
I'd say there's a bit more in there too, because I wouldn't say he puts it all in.
No, he definitely doesn't put it all in. He, as you said, look, he got heading for a horse like him who's mental to get headed and just goes, oh yeah, I like this now. I think the change of tactics kind of. He was happy enough bowling along there instead of being kind of held up in between horses.
Like I did say it. He's going to win. He might not win the next day, but he'll win another big race before the end of the year.
Do you reckon the rain helped?
I think so.
Blunted Alassi speed.
I think so. I think Alassi likes soft ground, but Pile Driver is by Harbour Watch, who was, you wouldn't remember him. He's a 2-year-old years ago. He got injured. And I'm nearly sure you don't remember.
I don't remember.
He was in the Camphor Cliffs colours. Remember the orange colours?
Oh yes, I do remember him.
He won a race at Goodwood, and I'm nearly sure it was bucketing down the day he won the race at Goodwood. So that might be why he liked the ground. But that's a very fair comment there by Joseph Vasey. Yeah.
Well, where?
ITV is only good because of Leona. Very good comment.
Who's Leona?
Watch ITV.
Touch, don't watch it.
Oh, it's sound off. Just
okay. Sam, do we think Jim Crowley was overly confident, and if he had been closer throughout the race, he would have won with ease? Alassi's still the class horse in the race.
Do you know what I love about Pile Driver? He still won't get the credit he deserves. And you'll get a good price the next time again.
It is.
I love it.
I just think Alassi got out-battled.
Yeah,
he had every chance to go past him. He did go past him.
He got out-battled. The best horse won.
Pile
Driver still done more wrong than Alassi did.
Alassi had this change of gear. I was 2 furlongs out where he looked like he's going to fly past him. But the second he got up to Pearl Driver's Gert, he just went with him. That was Alassi's first step up in the Group 1, is it? Could be wrong, totally wrong.
I think it is. Yeah, he was in Group 2s and Group 3s. And
probably learned from it. And they probably learned more of riding him as well.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the rematch.
He's a good horse, there's no doubt about it.
Japan back to being what he does best, nothing really. And Mogul, for the love of God, Send him to Joseph. Give him a little
I
break.
told you. I don't care anymore.
Sticking straight over fences.
I said it in the podcast.
Don't even
I said,
hurdles. He's huge. He's a chaser.
I just call him Fatty as well. And actually,
He was B26 lengths.
Francesca Comani called him fat.
I swear to God, I thought you said Francesca Comani at the mention.
No. She actually called him fat.
That's mean.
She tried to be nice about it and said he always, you know what, he just looks fat. That's literally what she said.
He does. Like, they must do some work on him, but how the hell is he still that big?
He needs a treadmill and a diet.
I think he just needs constant twice work every day, and then go for a swim, then
I said it
go for a walk in the paddocks.
On Wednesday, never again will I back him or Japan. Not wasting any more money on either of them, because
I have graphics done. I didn't even use them yet.
You know, they're just absolutely dog shit.
Do you like this? Power driver digs deep. Power driver dig.
That's very good.
Do you like it?
You forgot the R in driver though.
Where?
Pile drive digs. It's pile driver.
My end, there's nothing up there. Moving on. Where are we next? Oaks. You like this one? Snowfall avalanches are rivals.
Very good.
Like
yeah, very good. Yeah, well done.
Thanks. Proud of yourself. I didn't see this happening the way it did. I said I was taking her on it, as well as
you thought Tiona was going to turn the form around from York.
Yeah, but Jesus, that was wrong. It was wide.
I think a lot
wider and wider and wider. Look, it was. I don't know what. I didn't look at the sectionals or anything like that. You probably did. Did the race fall apart, or was she just miles better than the rest of them?
Well, she's been given a rating. I think that's as close to what Enable got when Enable won it. So that makes sense as to why she's now favourite for the Arc. And
what?
She's favourite for the Arc. And she likes soft ground.
Favourite the Arc?
Yep.
Oh, what price is Tarnawa?
I agree, but you have to look at the context of the race and the amount of weight she's going to be getting. That's why she went favourite for the Arc, and she won by 16 lengths, which is a record. The rating then is such a high rating, but I just don't know what she bet, to be honest.
She beat Mystery Angel, which no, she wasn't amazing going into, was she? No, it was in Mojo Star was an Angel in the Derby. Like 50 to 1 shot, 20 to 1 shot, and then the rest of them kind of underperformed. Tiona was pulling like a mad joke again. You had the other Aidan O'Brien horse, the name has gone out of my head. Fourth and the what the hell is it? Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara
ran no sort of race. Yeah, I don't know what to make of it. Like, you can't say you'd like to see her do it again. She done it first start of the season, making a run, and she was kind of held up into the pack this time.
She was talked up so much last year in the 2-year-old races, and she disappointed all the time. Some of the other horses won, but a lot of times she was in the first colours, and Ryan was on her, and she was backed and so on and so forth. But I didn't see her turning into what she is now. You know, she'll probably win the Irish Oaks as well, but I wouldn't be backing her for the Arc. I'd be backing her now.
Do we take it with a pinch of salt, considering the amount of rain that fell on Friday at Epsom?
Possibly. She might
probably handled it the best. Or do we just give her credit for what she done? I just say, believe what you see, and she just came out like off the pack.
I can't understand how Frankie Dettori rides horses like that, and then he just was terrible on John Leaper. Like, I just don't understand it. And I know why people love Frankie, because it looked so effortless on Snowfall. But then he's like a 4-year-old on a scooter. He was John Leaper.
He was like someone who got the stablers off the bike for the first time and just bringing the horse all over the fucking place.
The horse clearly pulls, right? Grand. But like, he having a hope as soon as he was out the back. After a furlong, it was like, this thing's not going to win.
We'll get back in a minute.
Yeah.
Joseph Connolly said there her time was average.
Soft ground.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Do we take it with a pinch of salt? The rest of them didn't handle it. She handled it the best. By far the best.
She barred him by so much.
It has to be, yeah.
It was just like, we're back to Love last year. Love won by 9 or 10 lengths. But you don't know till she goes going to race again, because she's so far. She's obviously so much better than her crop of 3-year-olds. You can't really tell she goes up against the older horses, and then she's going to be getting so much weight. Like 3-year-old filly be getting crazy amount of
And
work.
as you said about Snowfall, she was talked up so much last year. This mightn't be a fluke at all. It just might be she's at the growing into herself, she's at the maturing, and the pennies at the dropping.
I actually said on Wednesday, out of pedigree, she had one of the best. She's a full sister to the founder.
Well, she's living up to the hype now. Right. Moving on to the derby. Adam Kirby gets this justice. Why? Oh no, hold up now. Hold up now, we fix this. Hold up. This is great live stuff. Boom. Boom. Adam Kirby gets justice in the derby. Adayar wins a 16-1. Mojo Star second at 50s. Hurricane Lane, who lost 2 shoes, finished third. To me, looking at this visually, this was one shocking race. I put this before you go. Has the derby has it lost its gloss?
It's not my favorite race. I prefer the mile races and the Commonwealth Cup and stuff now. But obviously, it's the big race of the year for what it is. But oh man, it was terrible.
Like there were so many disappointments. Like Max Sweeney and John
I wouldn't
Leeper.
mind Max Sweeney. He wants.
No, I'm
wants
just in the context
heavy
of
ground.
like at the same time, Max Sweeney and John Leeper were coming there looking like they're the two that's going to make the challenge. Push the button and nothing happened. Like John Leeper, you're going to get onto him now in a minute. You got, I don't know what you make of him, what you're going to do with him. You need the hood on him, need something on him. But Shy Ballet, look, he
travelled lovely and just found nothing.
No, he got struck into after a furlong or something. There's a video of him back in Aiden's, a big huge cut in the back of his leg.
Ah, well, there you go.
So that could be why he didn't run to par. You probably give him another chance. Look, Max Sweeney ran a good race for the ground was good to soft officially, but probably wasn't soft enough for him. Hurricane Lane ran well after losing 2 shoes. Adam Kirby got a dream run up the rail on the one horse I thought wouldn't handle the track. Why do you make the whole thing all together?
I think a lot of the fancied horses didn't stay. I think the two Godolphins are first and third, both by Frankel, and he actually does his offspring are riddled with ability. But then the other side of it is John Leeper, who I'd say on talent alone is probably better than the two of those, but he did the opposite of he tried to be Frankel and it don't work. But
my dad can do, I can do better.
I was happy for Adam Kirby because it's a bit harsh what happened to him. So he's lucky to get back on Adayar. He gave it a super ride.
Poor Rushing got jocked off it.
He gave it a super ride. The difference then between what he did and what Frankie did. Frankie said John Leeper didn't stay. That's fair enough. But look, he had no hope the way he was ridden. Out the back, coming down around Tottenham Corner, he made this sweep and move past all the horses and used all the horses' energy. And after pulling it already, there was not left.
Can I ask you one thing? You know more than this flash stuff than me. They came around Tottenham Corner and they're in a group. By the time they hit the corner and went wide, there were at least 8 wide.
Yeah, there was loads of them too.
What was the story with that? Like,
you're not going to win going around.
You're going at least an extra 100, 200 yards.
If you watch some of the racing over the weekend, if you kick off Tottenham Corner from the front, and it's why like you can see strange results in the derby, like Serpentine last year. You can kick off and get a few lengths you can't get back. You can win front running there a lot, like even if the ground is firm, ground is soft. But
like you take for instance, right, no one can see this. You have Adayar going this way, going down the rail, and say you have the rest of them going here. Like by the time Adam Kirby's, I'll try to do it here. By the time Adam Kirby gets from here to here, and say there's a horse there, he's going to have to go there. And by the time Adam Kirby's here, he's only halfway to him.
We gave it a great ride.
Yeah, he did. He took the ballsy route.
Gave it a great ride. I think he does some mad stat as well. That stall 1 hadn't won in God knows how many years as well.
Or was it stall 2? Yeah, or was it stall 2 never won?
Something crazy. Anyway,
I don't think stall 2 ever won the race. Ever.
And there's people in the comments saying about horses as well. I wouldn't give up on horses just because they ran bad the other day as well. I would never give up on them after one run, but
Was it a bunch of...
I don't think they're a good crop of 3-year-old colts, and the best one ran in France today.
We get on to him now. Next.
I'd say he's miles better than the others.
Where next? Like, obviously, John Leaper has to step back down the ship, just even alone by the way he races. Max Sweeney looked like he stays.
I think he does stay, but I can't. The people are backing him. If the ground's not heavy, he's not going to win.
No, all his good best form is on that ground.
I wouldn't back him in any ground that has like good or yielding at all in it. It'd have to be soft, very soft or heavy.
Obviously, give Bolshoi Bally another chance after being literally sliced in the back of his leg.
Yep, we'll give him a shot.
Adayar, where we go with the winner? Ledger. Looks like a big, huge galloping thing. Just gallop all day. He's huge.
I'm surprised he won, but like looking at him, I would have thought he'd run on well and go to the Ledger. So maybe that's where they should go. Yeah.
Like the head on is where you really see how wide he is. When they're coming down the hill and he hits the front, he's a block of a horse. Just looks an absolute out and out stare. I don't know what price he is for the Ledger, but I think he'd be better going up and trip.
Yeah.
And as you said, it's not a great crop.
They're not a great crop.
On what we've seen so far, it's not a great crop.
So the older horses would absolutely bury them.
No. Right. Moving on to France. And St. Mark Basilica wins the Prix de Jockey Club. You put him up as your nap on the website today. I watched it back just before we came away. Beating Sealaway, who's not a bad horse at all, by 1 3/4 lengths. That's the second time he's had to beat in a row. Travelled like a dream. Put the race to bed very quickly.
It's just impressive. He did it in... he was talked up so much last year. And obviously, like I said, when he won the French Guineas with being by Sayuni and getting the kind of Aga Khan blood into Coolmore, they obviously wanted to get the group ones and all that. He won the Jew horse last year, but he's just got on from that.
Does he need soft ground?
No, I don't think he does, to be honest. But he's very like he's very like Sayuni, but his half brother was Magna Grecia. He won the Guineas and didn't go on from it.
Yeah.
And Sayuni only ran to a mile. He got a mile and 2, and I've seen loads of people saying he's all speed and all that. He ain't all speed. He just has a turn of foot. There's a difference between like all speed and like
all speed is Batash. That's all speed.
He has a turn of foot that wins races. That's twice he's done it now. 3 times really, because he done it in the Jew horse as well. Travel the best on the snaff, gets a flick of the whip down the shoulder, pushed out by Eretz Mendizabel.
That's a great name.
That's unreal name.
See what Icy put up about him today.
No.
I'll say his name again.
Eretz Mendizabel.
The difference between PCD and
PCB.
Yeah, and
Eretz Mendizabel.
He asked for permission.
Oh God.
Really fell off the chair. Icy's brilliant.
It's the turn of foot is winning. Sealaway is a decent 2-year-old last year who was talked up as a French Derby horse. I think people are crab it because it's in France, but to me, he's far and away the best 3-year-old colt by a mile.
Would you want to see him come back over now?
I'd say he'll come back over. I think he'll go back to a mile. I reckon he would stay 1 mile 4, and I think they're a bad crop. He'd probably get away with it on sheer class.
Will we see him at Ascot?
But no,
Too soon?
think he'll go to Glorious Goodwood for the Sussex and take on the older milers, getting weight, and then I could see him going Irish Champion Stakes or English Champion Stakes. I hope he goes Irish Champion Stakes. I'd love to see him if we go to Leopardstown.
What do you mean if we go to Leopardstown? When we go to Leopardstown?
He's a lovely big chestnut coat.
We're going to Cora as well.
Big white blaze down. He's lovely.
He does. You love white blazes.
Yeah, he's just very good.
He is. I was impressed. The way he travelled, the way he nipped up the rail, and literally was a furlong and a half out. You're attempting to say the name.
Eretz Mendizabel.
Eretz Mendizabel. Close enough. Gave a little squeeze and off he went.
It's everything that I didn't see yet in the Guineas and I like the Guineas this year, the Derby. You want a horse that's just so far ahead of the rest. And everything's been rode away. He came up the inside. He was still on the bridle. and then gone.
Hmm.
And he flicked his tail and everything. So he's a
I
little
seen
bit of
that.
quirkiness about him too. It was like, look, stop hitting me with the whip. The race is over.
Ooh, ow, what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one to look forward to. Yeah, probably is the best 3-year-old we have seen so far. That's it, really. What else we go? Anything else before we take questions from the crowd, really?
Yeah, Royal Ascot's on the way.
Royal Ascot, yeah, or
big show next Sunday, isn't it? Preview.
No, it's Sunday after. What date is it?
The Royal Ascot starts next Tuesday week.
Is it Tuesday week?
Next Sunday we're in the preview.
What date?
The 16th, I think.
Oh,
14th, something like that.
13th. Yeah, 15th. We're doing it 13th.
Yeah.
Yes, I put the post up and everything.
Tom is fine. He's having dinner and drinks with his family. Whoever asked that question.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was Dino Dave. Dino Rex. Steakhead. High definition wins the leisure.
I agree. I'd say
I like
High Definition is doing the same thing that Capri did a couple of years ago. That grey horse of Aiden's.
Remember that leisure?
Won
Jesus.
the Irish Derby and then won the leisure. And Stradivarius was actually in that leisure.
That was a good leisure. Crystal Ocean.
There was another good horse that I can't think of it though.
Who was it? Can't remember.
Will you back Sam Crow? No.
No. Jesus Christ. He's probably out in his outdoor stable though.
Sadler's. Yeah, I could see that. Sadler won today on the flat, 1 mile 5 or something.
Did he?
Yeah, I think he was impressive too.
Check it up. I can't.
That Harder Moore's filly, Me Too, Please.
Yes.
He bet her. She was only third. So.
She was only third. That's the one that won the entry bumper.
Yeah, the entry Grade 2 mare's bumper. Yeah.
Well, that's
He was
interesting.
down at Listowel and he won by 7 lengths.
7. What
Kept
price
on
was he?
strongly, easily. He was even money, and she was favourite yesterday, so he was backed into favourite.
Ooh.
With a good jockey, you missed Jodie Townend. She's a good jockey.
What was that over? 2 mile?
1 mile 5.
Ooh, do you stretch him over the Gold Cup?
No, I'd say he'll go for one of them handicaps.
The one on Saturday.
Or the last one on Tuesday, or the last one on Saturday.
Do the double.
Second last one. That's a good one, actually. Baron Samedi won again. You know.
Joseph's there, the white and red colours.
Yeah. Sent them over to, I don't know, Woodbury.
Belmont.
Somewhere.
Belmont Gold Cup or something like that was. Mikey Smith. There's a horse of Charlie. It's a horse of Charlie Appleby, lads, called
Mojo Star.
Be a debut. Won another race at Kempton Sins. Not sure where they're going with it, but one to follow. Dave Langer tracker.
Okay.
Just O'Brien's in serious form recently. Yes, he is. It's about time. He was in awful form over the winter. His jumps horses were.
Yeah, his jumps horses ran very poor.
When he came into the spring.
He came into his own, yeah.
Fakir Dudari was the one that started.
Evaluate Ryan Moore in these classics. Frankie is passing him on the supposed second picks.
I don't buy into this first second pick. Well, not picks. Ryan obviously has the choice, but there's not much between all them Ballydoyle horses.
Nah.
It's like Ruby and Paul Townend back in the day.
Yeah, like Ruby made a mistake loads of times. Paul has made mistakes loads of times since Ruby's gone. Like the horses in Ballydoyle are obviously like the ones that are going for races. The outsiders. If there's a couple like Santa Barbara and Snowfall, and there's not much between them on the gallops, you don't know how much more one is going to improve past the other and an actual race. They're not racing each other in Ballydoyle.
It's exact point there. It's you pick one who you think has the best chance of winning, knowing that the one you're not picking could easily beat you.
And the talk of Santa Barbara, and I've no doubt she works the house down and looks like an absolute airplane, but a race is different. It's like going out into the road there and seeing a fella playing soccer or football, and he looks unbelievable. And then he plays a match and some young fella he didn't even know about is better than him. It's polar opposites. They're training down the Ballydoyle. She obviously works on the bridle. They don't push her.
Look,
totally different ball game is in a full race.
Like humans, as you said there, that humans are very similar. I say similar, but the way they you can get some horses that just don't do anything in training, and then go to the racetrack and they turn on. Same with football players, same with any sports people. I play with a lot of people who are all flair, flicks and tricks and in training. The second they hit the pitch and they get one clatter, they're gone. The head is gone. Where you get, look, I hate training. I was the worst trainer in the world. I bitched and moaned the whole time. But when it came to game day, I was switched on.
I also don't think Santa Barbara stayed, so she actually came there swinging as well. And
she came there between two, just before Snowfall. Just before Snowfall made a move.
And I've no doubt, like, they do have gambles and all that, but like, there's loads of times they gamble on something and something else wins. Ryan Moore didn't make any mistakes this weekend. He's riding out of his skin this year. He was poor at times last year, but he ain't this year.
Just picked the wrong horse on the wrong day. Happens.
I'm sure he's been swung that way as well at times. Like, he's not riding out up there every morning and they're coming over. It's like, oh, she's unbelievable now. She's going to win. So
that reminds me of a story I heard about AP when he rode Don't Push in the Grand National. He was going to ride something else until John Joe O'Neill said, no, you're riding this because this thing is doing such blah blah blah. They are swayed by trainers and that, but look, it's a choice at the end of the day. Anything else?
Saying something about the bookmakers and monopolizing the prices and the SPs.
Do you find it explains a lot of things? I've found since I started using Betfair a lot, there is a huge discrepancy in SPs and normal bookmakers than actually on Betfair Exchange.
I found since last year when the lockdown came in and the bookies got a bit bashed this year, then in Cheltenham from anti-post bets, the prices are shocking. That's what I found. I have a couple of multiples for Cheltenham next year, but I am backing nothing at the prices there. Some of the things are terrible. And this time last year, there was, you were getting all sorts of decent bets. Monkfish, like, you had a good price. I see loads of people at Bob Linger, 20-1 slips and 25-1s. They're not sniffing any of that kind of stuff.
Not even Gallop in the Champ. His price is gone now already, and he hasn't even seen a fence yet. I got him at 33s and he's in the 8-1 already after winning 2 novice hurdles. Their
prices are awful.
Prices are like, if you I can't open this. Just get an example of a horse at Cheltenham that is a ridiculous price right now. I'm sure there's 4 or 5.
I think before I even go into the Shishkin is 5-4 favourite. That is absolutely scandalous
for a champion chase. Look at that. We're talking about jumps horses all of a sudden.
I'll go to the champion chase. No, he's 2-1. He was 5-4, and then obviously
winning Gamene
and Shakan. 2-1 is still what, a year away, like. The Arc. I appreciate it's 3-1 for
that's a ridiculous price.
It's scandalous, isn't it?
Who's second? My Drogo.
8-1.
Like, they're trying to save the balls already before they even hit there. Time Form and Odds Checker owned by bookmakers. Yeah, true.
Gallop in the Champ was 33s, 8-1 favourite.
He was 40s.
Hasn't even jumped the fence. Hasn't jumped a single fence in public.
Would I back him at that price now? No. Not until he jumped. If he wins his chase debut, well, they take him 6-1. But at least then you can know he can jump a fence. What are you looking at now?
The Mayor's Chase, Ellie May is 4-1 at. I think it's shocking as well. Another year away.
That's not bad, really.
You don't know what's going to come out of the woodwork. Willie probably has 7 mares that are grade 1 winners in Wayne.
Yeah, probably. Right. What else? What's next week? I don't know what's next week. Next week is the Royal Ascot preview. Royal Ascot preview.
I'm really looking forward to it. I love it.
I'm glad you said that because I need to get that already.
I love the flat.
Our Royal Ascot preview is on this day next week at 8 o'clock. We will be joined by Sam and Jack from Next Gen Racing. They were on our Cheltenham Festival preview. They'll be here with us. We're going to go through the 5 days and hopefully we will find a few winners. We're going to go through the grades of the races. We're not going through the handicaps. We'll give our handicap picked at the end of it. Yeah. And also our GO tier that we started with the jump horses, not next week, but the week after, we're going to start the flat horses. So we're going to go 5 furlongs, milers, middle distance, and stayers. And then at the end of all that, we'll get all the horses in the GO tier out of every single section, and we'll do the ultimate GOAT. Do you like that? Ultimate GOAT.
Big bucks. Damn.
Himself, I'd say.
Yeah, to be honest, he's the ultimate GOAT.
Himself, I'd say.
That I've seen.
People are still asking about Cotty. N'Golo Cotty ran a good race, probably travelled too well, did a bit too much first run of the season, blew up a bit.
Probably, she's going to be winning race.
She'll probably win next time. She was miles clear third. Probably she blew a gasket at the end of the race, jumped well, very good for her first start. Mayweather or Logan Paul, lads. Who's going to watch? I couldn't give two flying fucks.
Man, that's the biggest.
I just hope Mayweather. I just hope he comes out like in the first round and just goes mental on him. Just batters him.
I'm going home to watch the LA Clippers and the Dallas Mavericks. Game 7.
NBA?
Yeah.
Took me a minute there.
Yeah, it didn't mean anything to you. I'm sure some of the lads are watching.
His brother's fighting Tyrone Woodley. And apparently Mayweather's going to win him.
Yeah, Tyrone Woodley probably lose.
They're picking wrestlers. May as well pick the Rock to fight him.
He's a right hand, but he's not a boxer at all. Like.
They just swing, hope for the best. Either's the other two. Like someone just needs to go and knock him out.
I tell you, they're making some money for themselves. So whatever they're doing, keep doing it.
YouTubers, that could be us next. No.
I don't have the hair for it.
For what?
You look like a Paul brother.
Blonde, hair's too long. I had my hat on all day. I didn't even do it. Anyway. Right, we're back on Wednesday. We're going to have another weekend preview, and then, as we said, we are back this time next week, where we won't be doing Talking Mice. We'll be doing our Royal Ascot preview with the lads from Next Generation. So again, lads, thanks for watching as always, and keep liking, subscribing, and keep comment below who you had thought of all the performers of the weekend, who you thought was good, who you thought was bad, and we'll be back on Wednesday for another weekend preview. So enjoy the rest of the week, and we will see you on Wednesday.